What does it look like to love a community rather than to leave it?
Every day.
She saved my life.
In this great city of ours.
The people here, they care.
Someone is lending a helping hand.
This is how we reverse the suffering. This woman cares about this community.
Giving their time and their talents.
She was an angel.
To make a difference.
She really devoted her life to helping people.
You've given me so much hope.
Now you're about to meet these unsung heroes.
It's just such a great feeling to know that we're making a difference in someone's life.
Someone cared enough to help them get better.
And see how they're quietly making Milwaukee a better place for all of us.
In my generation, we're really invested in this community.
My hope for Milwaukee is that we come together as one.
Milwaukee, I love you.
From the Bradley Symphony Center in the heart of downtown, here's TMJ4 news anchor, Carole Meekins.
Welcome to the Positively Milwaukee Awards. You sent us your heartfelt nominations, and I know you'll find this year's honorees to be incredibly inspiring. First up, we pay tribute to a soldier, a nurse, a mother, and a friend. But we're not talking about different people. They're just some of the attributes of one amazing woman. Darcy Groyle is a tireless advocate for post-9/11 veterans at Milwaukee's VA Medical Center. It's work that one of her vets says saved his life.
I didn't really like myself too much, and I didn't really have a very high opinion of society. I didn't have any money in the bank at all. And I thought, my goodness, this is it. I'm gonna be a statistic. And then I started to justify those thoughts of suicide. But Darcy gave me hope. In essence, she saved my life.
What I love about her is her commitment to the mission, her joy in service.
I've never met anybody that is as dedicated as she is.
You know, people see this old building and they think, I don't know if I want care there. But the people here, they care. And Darcy represents the best of that.
There's no reason why a veteran should be out there suffering. There's hope. Darcy will find a way to get you the help that you need.
Service members are never really apt to ask for help, and many are very quick to say, well, that's for someone else who needs it. Every opportunity I have to educate someone on who the VA is, you know, what my program does and what we do, I take every opportunity. My best memories of being in the military are humanitarian missions that we did to provide health care to people who literally never in their lifetime ever saw a doctor or a nurse. They were so grateful for us to be there. And it was just very heartwarming and fulfilling to be able to make a difference in someone's life like that.
I think perhaps the greatest legacy that Darcy is leaving here is the military to VA program. We call it M2VA.
Just honoring, you know, post 9/11 vets, that's her goal.
I call the post 9/11 generation kind of the younger crowd, the younger group. It's just scary for them to put their foot through the door and to come here.
She wants to be able to be there for them and help them, you know, adjust back to civilian life because she has dealt with that directly herself.
It's not always easy, but that's why we have this program here that she heads up.
The stuff that she provided here, it helped us transform our facility into a better place.
If it's a post 9/11 veteran, Darcy Groyle is who you call.
It's pretty interesting that her daughter also has gone into nursing and is a nurse here at the VA.
This is Darcy's daughter.
This is Kelsey's mom.
I always knew my mom was awesome and involved in a lot of stuff, but I didn't truly understand her impact until I came to the VA and people were like, Groyle, oh my gosh, is Darcy your mom? And everyone had a story.
It was just so heartwarming to know that she really wanted to kind of follow my footsteps. It's just such a great feeling to know that we're making a difference in someone's life.
I look at life a whole lot different now. I went to school and got my 2-year degree. I still can't believe that one.
Raymond is the perfect example of why I love my job so much and why I love my work here at the VA. Because as much as he says I made an impression on him, he made an absolute impression on me.
I'm always thinking about Darcy. Where's Darcy? What is she doing? Off saving the world somewhere. Darcy, thank you. Because of you, I'm still here.
I want to thank all of the veterans, because without the veterans and the service members, the people that we serve every day, I wouldn't be in the job that I'm in. I love this job so much, and it's because of them. You know, I'm here trying to make a difference for them. Oh my God, you guys.
What a life of service. All of our winners will receive $1,000 to donate to the charity of their choice. Darcy is giving that money to Community Projects for Seniors. She volunteers with that organization to brighten the lives of seniors through social activities, care packages, and holiday meals. Our next winner will tell you he's lucky to be alive today. Pastor Kurt Owens, our unsung hero. His troubled youth led to a life-changing experience, one he takes with him in everything he does here in Milwaukee.
I joined gangs at a very young age. When I became a young adult, I was a drug dealer.
He has been through some dangerous, very dangerous things. He should be dead.
I was robbed 3 times by gunpoint. I've been shot at.
God spared his life, and so he made a promise to God that day.
And it was at that point in time that I realized I was going to change my life. I took a job as a delivery driver. My job was in Sussex, Wisconsin. Because people wanted to kill me in Milwaukee, I spent all of my time in Sussex, Wisconsin. I was bracing myself for prejudice and racism, and it never happened. I'm not saying it don't exist, it didn't happen to me. And that's when my life opened up to a whole nother world, and I began to start living a multi-ethnic lifestyle.
He always had a way with people, no matter what color they was. It didn't matter to him.
I think he really savored and thrived in multi-ethnic settings.
And I just felt the need that I had to tap more into this whole idea of a multi-ethnic church, and began to start planting the seeds and the idea of starting You Flourish Church. I think everyone can embrace this idea of what does it look like to love our neighbor. I launched an organization called Bridge Builders. It took about 2 weeks for us to do this garage. Launched right in the neighborhood of the community that I was living in, of which I was ready to leave, but God began to challenge my heart a little bit about staying in that neighborhood and seeing what does it look like to love a community rather than to leave it. If everybody leaves the city, who's gonna love it?
A lot of neighbors just feel sort of hopeless that they don't have a say, they don't have a voice. Bridge Builders' mission is to transform the neighborhood one block at a time. We do projects for people, putting up fences, painting garages, those kind of things, just to make the neighborhood feel like it's a little more well-maintained.
Compared to just 5 years ago, it's a completely different neighborhood.
Bridge Builders is really building bridges in the neighborhood from neighbor to neighbor. If we get together and we stand up together, the neighborhood can be safe like it used to be.
It makes me feel so wonderful and great.
Bridge Builders is a reflection simply for my hope for Milwaukee, and that is simply to see holistic transformation happen in our city.
We have to bridge the gap. There's so much dividing here in Wisconsin, and it got to start somewhere. Why not Milwaukee?
I think he's a breath of fresh air. I just appreciate that he's stepped out on the limb and he's answering the call.
One of the big takeaways for me for Kurt is that he genuinely cares about seeing this city, transform and really grow and become better.
The beauty of the story is who he was and where he is now.
I just believe in the power of people, and if we can bring people together to solve the problems that we have in our society, I think we're going to have a heck of a city. Just want to say thank you so very much. I am deeply humbled and deeply appreciative to be considered with many of the great men and women in the city of Milwaukee who are doing great work, and the fact that my name could even be associated with so many great people in Milwaukee. Again, I'm just deeply humbled, and I'm very thankful for TMJ4 for being intentional on looking and searching for positive news in the city of Milwaukee. So just thankful to be a part of that. And thank God for just having the opportunity to see a day where there's something positive to be said about me.
What a powerful statement. Pastor Owens is putting his award money right back into bridge builders. You can find out more about their great work and their Reclaim the Block campaign at bridgebuildersmke.org. Coming up, she turned an intense personal loss into her life mission. Now, we honor the memory of one of Milwaukee's biggest boosters and the cause she kept near to her heart. The Positively Milwaukee Awards would not be possible without the generous support of two incredible organizations. The Heiser Automotive Group sponsors the Positively Milwaukee project year-round, and the Scripps Howard Foundation provides the prize money that our honorees will give back to local charities that mean so much to them. Thank you, Heiser and Scripps Howard Foundation, for everything that you do. Our next award is always bittersweet. We honor a person who is no longer with us, but left behind a legacy of caring, kindness, and compassion. This year's Legacy Award honoree is Doris Cloth, who dedicated years of her life to NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Her passion and years of service were born out of a tragic loss in her life.
As a small token of appreciation for everything that she did, we have a gift. Check out this incredible hand drawing of Doris in gratitude for the more than $170,000 she raised and the minds that she changed in support of mental health. She is forever in the hearts of the NAMI family. Thank you for everything. It's awesome.
It's just such a privilege to have had Doris in our life.
She had a huge, huge heart.
She really devoted her life to helping people.
And just loved making people happy.
She just go out of her way to make you feel comfortable.
Loved making the world a more beautiful place.
I'm sure she didn't even know what a ripple effect she had in Milwaukee.
She was just amazing.
Check out this incredible hand drawing of Doris in gratitude for the more than $170,000 she raised and the minds that she changed in support of mental health. She is forever in the hearts of the NAMI family.
Mental illness to her became a mission out of her love for Eric.
Eric was Doris's son, and he had severe mental illness, bipolar disorder, depression, and he was such an incredible guy.
Valedictorian, he spoke French when he was 6. He's brilliant, went to Marquette, going to law school, and then boom.
That depression, I think, just proceeded to get deeper, and that ultimately resulted in his suicide.
She opened the eyes, maybe, of people in the community by talking on the Morning Blend about Eric.
Eric has a good story, and people who knew him really loved him.
Eric was super involved with NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And here's the thing, he not only benefited from their programs, but he also volunteered for NAMI Southeast Wisconsin and spoke publicly on their behalf.
She saw how much meaning he got in his life from helping NAMI and educating people about mental illness.
And to watch that evolve in such a beautiful way.
Instead of the tragedy weighing her down, it lifted her up.
She spent the last 10 or 12 years giving herself to NAMI.
If we talked about it more, that people wouldn't feel so uncomfortable approaching a person and trying to get them help.
She quickly became the top fundraiser in Wisconsin.
When she'd ask you things, she'd ask in a way that you just couldn't say no to her.
She didn't just raise money, she changed minds. It's just a tribute to how much Doris meant to everyone and how she inspired people and what a loss it is.
January 16th, 2021, that's the day that it happened.
Doris had had chronic bronchitis. Got to the point where I pulled on her arm and said, come on, go to the hospital. She wouldn't go. Next morning, I hear, Luther, I can't breathe. I called 911, took it to the freighter. And about half an hour after I was there, the nurse came and said, I have bad news, but your wife passed away. She died of a heart attack.
We were all in a state of shock.
I cried.
It was just shocking. It was so unexpected. And the thing is, I couldn't get over the fact that she had just been at my house to drop off one of her angels.
Every Christmas, she would create these little angel ornaments.
Every year she made angels.
And Doris's good work lives on. Her family will give her prize money right back to NAMI Southeast Wisconsin. Find out how they provide hope and help to anyone affected with mental health issues by visiting NAMISoutheastWI.org. Up next, walking in the footsteps of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. See how our inspiring teacher gives her students a living history lesson.
I love teaching simply because it gives me a sense of respect, a sense of pride, and giving back to my community.
And later, the Bucks' DJ Shauna on not giving up on Milwaukee.
We have the opportunity every single day, everybody we come into contact with, to hopefully make their day a little bit better. But I definitely don't want to make your day worse. Like that would be terrible.
Tickets to all of our 2021-22 season concerts featuring the unforgettable moments that only live concerts can provide are now on sale.
Experience pop superstars, treasured musical genres, blockbuster films, and holiday cheer. Now, let's share the collective joy of live music together at the Bradley Symphony Center.
Welcome back. We are hosted this year by the newest jewel in Milwaukee's crown, the Bradley Symphony Center. This gorgeous theater was restored by a group of dedicated and passionate people who love our community. A perfect symbol to celebrate those we honor with these awards. Janet Butler, our inspiring teacher, was not satisfied simply lecturing from the classroom. For more than 20 years, she has taken her classes out into the world to learn about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the history of civil rights. It's a lesson that has stayed with her students long after graduation.
One of my favorite quotes from Dr. King that reminds me of Dr. Butler, I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. It's too hard to hold on to hate. She just expressed love over and over and over again.
Ms. Butler is honestly just like the sweetest person you could ever meet. She's an amazing person. Like, I really love her.
I love teaching simply because it gives me a sense of respect, a sense of pride, and giving back to my community.
I had to make sure that I was here today just because she really has shaped and changed a lot of our lives.
She has spent a good number of her years right here at Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. School. We make sure that our high grade learns about Dr. King.
We wanted to do a little bit more by having our students trace his footsteps.
The idea came to take the kids on a trip.
We took children to see where Dr. King lived, his birthplace. His marches, and then his final resting place, which is in Memphis, Tennessee.
We really saw like the steps of Dr. King and what he really went through.
For them to have a real live visual picture of it, to see that this really took place.
To give them a sense that there was a world outside of the neighborhood or the community that they should be able to interact with.
Being able to go to Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee, where Dr. King, of course, life expired.
When you go out and walk the Edmund Pettus Bridge, when you see where all of this violence took place against the demonstrators, and you walk it, it's a whole different experience.
You could look on their face and say, wow, people actually experienced this, people actually felt this.
Going on that trip, seeing all of the racism, seeing the sit-ins where they actually did the sit-ins, seeing the signs, colored only, whites only, that was a lot for us.
Ms. Butler and the group who put the trip together would tie the trip in with what they learned in the classroom.
To be able to say, hey, we have to stop the violence even here in Milwaukee. We have to make a difference because of what Dr. King did for us.
So they become, in their own way, kind of an educator to the people in their family and others.
Every time I go on a trip, I learn something new, particularly about students. This is what it took for us to get here so they can understand to give back to the community for the next generation of children.
There's a godsend to have somebody who's willing to take on all of that over and above their job.
Dr. Butler's dream will probably be to see all scholars succeed and enjoy life and use what they have to reach the next generation.
That always, for me, exemplified the tenacity she had, not only for education, cultural pride, but also to make sure the kids know that they can succeed.
I'm just grateful and thankful that I got to meet her and she was in my life and she was able to teach me all of these things.
Milwaukee is a better place because of Dr. Butler.
Dr. Butler means change in Milwaukee. Dr. Butler means inspiration.
I am so very proud of her, so very proud of all that she has done for Dr. King School, the city of Milwaukee.
My hope for Milwaukee is that we come together as one. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So that is powerful, and that's the message I will tell Milwaukee.
The dream is continued. That fits with the legacy of Dr. King, that the dream didn't die. Dr. Janet Butler has carried it forward.
Thank you. Oh, I'm just honored. I want to, first of all, thank God. I want to also thank my parents, Charles and Johnny Butler, for raising me to believe in myself. The wonderful, wonderful people here at Dr. King School, the administrating staff at MPS, and all the students that have came before me that I've taught, those that are coming up behind me. So just everybody, I just want to thank you all for this opportunity.
Congratulations, Dr. Butler. Now, she selected Milwaukee Public Schools Foundation to receive her prize money. The foundation helps provide scholarships, arts programming, STEM classes, and much more. Coming up, the Mother Teresa of Milwaukee, who's doing the impossible in one of our most vulnerable zip codes.
People saying, I used to think of being suicidal every day until I started coming here. We're trying to role model to Milwaukee something that's very unusual here.
And how this young woman overcame bullies to inspire others in her community.
Hearing that other people are getting inspired with what I'm doing just makes me want to do it even more.
Remember this name, Sister McCannon Brown. She's a tireless advocate for Milwaukee's homeless population, something she came close to experiencing herself. Now, her homeless sanctuary is bringing real change to one of Milwaukee's most troubled communities. You'll see why our inspiring senior draws comparisons to one of our most famous modern-day saints.
We have our own 2021 Mother Teresa in our midst, and don't ever forget it.
This woman cares about this community, and I'm so glad that we got Sister.
You can't say no to her,
And she can't say no to anything that means something to the city of Milwaukee.
The city of Milwaukee is lucky to have Sister McCann.
God has been so good to me, and I thank God for putting her in my path.
There is need beyond our imagining in this part of the city.
This part of Milwaukee is the part that needs us the most. And that's the long and the short of it.
It's a food desert. It's the most incarcerated area in the city.
We are doing the impossible here, the impossible. Everybody doing all right?
The McCann Brown Homeless Sanctuary is a place where people can come and be part of a family.
We are actually listed with the city as a community center. Just like Milwaukee has the Italian Community Center, the Jewish Community Center.
The sanctuary is not just a food bank. It's not just a clothing bank.
She's looking to truly make a change in someone's life.
We're trying to role model to Milwaukee something that's very unusual here.
It's been times that I've been here and I just didn't really want to be here, but I came anyway, and I'm glad that I came because someone uplifted my spirit, and it was Sister.
The people walk a little taller, have a light in their eyes where they did not have a light in their eyes before. People saying, I used to think of being suicidal every day until I started coming here. We are on our way to having this whole facility being a major help center in this city for people who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. But the vision for this community, the sanctuary community, is about people. I went through a time where I was overwhelmed with the events of my life. I could see later that why I had become vulnerable was because I was trying to live without community. That's when it really hit home for me.
What really is evident and apparent when you come to the sanctuary is not about the concrete, it's about the hearts and the passion of the people.
I can honestly say I can see a change in the neighborhood.
Some of the neighborhood residents who were formerly homeless, we even hired them. This is how we reverse the suffering. This is how we reverse the poverty and the homelessness, is to have everyone be in this amazing reawakening. People who do not get this are going to miss out on something that is like the highway into a future of hope. And it's not about me. It's about this incredible vision that I'm talking about, where people feel connected, supported, and one, and more to come. Thank you to all the people that believe in us, support us, and to TMJ4 for making this happen. Thank you for lifting up the good. Thank you for all you do that's positive, especially encouraging us.
Such a humble spirit. Sister McCann Brown is donating her prize money right back to her homeless sanctuary. To see more of the amazing transformation they're making in Milwaukee's 53206 neighborhood, visit mbsanctuary.org. Our next award goes to a very impressive young lady. In fact, she's the youngest recipient of our Inspiring Youth Award. Leah Rios has been at work in the community since she was 7. She has dedicated more than 3,000 hours to stop bullying, honor her Hispanic heritage, and start her own nonprofit, all before turning 13.
Bullies will look for any weakness they can find. For Leah, they looked at her learning disability and saw that as a weakness.
My learning disability was something I was always ashamed of. I didn't tell anyone except for my close friends. I realized the reason I got bullied was because I wasn't confident in myself. I was ashamed of my learning disability, and now I've learned to embrace that.
Leah turned that around, and she made that her strength.
She wants to make sure that people understand you don't need to be a bully.
And she decided that she wanted to get involved into a community that was focused on bullying. And that's where she started her relationship with Generations Against Bullying.
Leah reached out to us. Since then, it has been a match made in heaven.
She has gone to different Girl Scout troops at schools and spoken to them about anti-bullying. And from there, it just continued.
Leia's been through so much, and she's used that to become a powerful tool for others.
She was like, oh, I really want to keep helping people. I want to do more things.
Leia is out in the community to see who needs the help.
She wanted to do more for somebody else.
2 years after she was already doing community service, she started saying, I want to do pageants.
It was a better way for me to really get out there and show people and also gain confidence in myself.
At first it was something that she thought it was very fun to do, but then she started seeing how it could impact people's lives.
She really gets them going and gets them thinking about how good it does feel. When you do good things, it feels good.
I really want to embrace my Hispanic side. That's something I've always been really proud of, and really talking to schools about anti-bullying through the Hispanic community.
She's embraced the fact that I'm from Puerto Rico, that her dad's from Mexico, and we actually both have different cultures. She does several events to help the community because she feels it's important.
In my generation, we're really invested in this community, and I hope that we can do many amazing things in the future.
Leia will not turn down an opportunity to help someone.
Leia came up with her own idea for her own nonprofit.
It's called Journey to Confidence. I really want to help others and give them confidence in themselves.
Having that confidence and that courage to stand up can stop a bully dead in their tracks.
She just finds joy out of it, and she has the passion to do it.
This is going to be one of our future leaders here in Milwaukee. She's selfless and she's caring.
I didn't show her to do it. She's doing it by herself, so very proud.
I can see her just growing up to be the president someday of the United States.
You've given me so much hope in wanting to continue our mission in helping our youth.
Hearing that other people are getting inspired with what I'm doing just makes me want to do it even more. I would just really like to give a special thank you to my community, Carmen, Linda, Generations Against Bullying, my mom, my dad, and my aunt, and just everyone that worked behind the scenes to make this happen for me and just make me feel so loved. I'm really going to keep on pushing through my community, and I just am so grateful with the opportunity I was entrusted with.
No surprise here, Leia will gift her prize money to Generations Against Bullying. To learn more about Leia's speaking engagements on its behalf, visit gabnow.org. Up next, he identified long-haul COVID before it even had a name. How his patients are showing this local doctor their immense gratitude.
I just can't thank him enough for starting this clinic and being a resource for people like me in the Milwaukee area.
Plus,
Milwaukee, I love you.
DJ Shauna on her incredible year with the Bucks and how she's giving back to those who helped her get there.
We all can see ourselves in other people, and that's the goal. It's like chase your dreams, and if you're already achieved your dreams, like look around, who else can you like throw a hand down to?
I'm Marianne from the Heiser Automotive Group. Once again, Heiser is a proud partner of the Positively Milwaukee Awards. I know that a positive attitude and a caring disposition can change people in the community for the better, no matter what the challenges are. Once a week on the Positively Milwaukee Show, Carole presents inspiring stories of everyday people doing amazing things in our community. Through their kind, caring, and passionate actions, each one of them has made a difference. And for that, I am proud to be a part of this incredible community.
At the beginning of the pandemic, many COVID patients exhibited long-term symptoms that medicine couldn't explain. Some health experts didn't even believe they were related to the virus, but one local doctor did, and he paved the way to defining and treating what's now known as long-haul COVID-19. For his groundbreaking work and his compassion, Dr. Aaron O'Toole is our healthcare hero.
Probably the biggest thing to be aware of is that people can have long COVID and not look sick.
You know, right now my heart's racing. I feel lightheaded. I'm, 35 years old. I'm previously healthy. Had my vaccination and just wasn't expecting to be so sick. My first meeting with Dr. O'Toole really gave me a lot of hope, and just the amount of time that he took that initial visit to really just, make me feel comfortable and like there was hope and, things were going to get better was really comforting.
Dr. O'Toole is a leader. He is a born leader. At the beginning of COVID, Aaron quickly volunteered to be at the front line and gave of himself day in and day out.
I would see patients that would keep coming back to me with persistent symptoms.
A lot of the symptoms that started during the acute phase of COVID just never went away.
He started recognizing long hauling syndrome.
We didn't really have a name for it at that point, just that something was happening where people had persistent symptoms.
And they were scared. They were scared. They were physically and emotionally scarred.
A lot of people had their symptoms kind of dismissed.
Their primary doctor does not believe them. Their family members don't believe them.
When I found him, I was at a very low point and not knowing where to go.
When you are presented with that kind of situation, the question is, what are you going to do about it?
That's when this clinic was kind of born.
He was at the forefront of this.
And he's really the founder of these clinics, and he's super passionate about it, which is really appreciated.
He's also helped create 2 additional clinics.
Not just in Oak Creek, but also in Racine and in the 3rd Ward.
Meeting Dr. Aaron O'Toole gave them hope. He gave them the opportunity to talk about what they were going through, express what they were feeling, and many of them walked out feeling like someone actually cared enough to help them get better.
It's scary. Anybody can get long COVID, young, old, healthy, unhealthy, male, female. We're seeing it all.
You want to be heard, and you want to know that no matter how silly it might seem, that it is important to the person that you're telling that to. And that's exactly what he does.
Just having a medical doctor hear you and see you and believe you and give you that one-on-one time is huge.
What he is doing for the patients that are COVID long haul is incredible.
His willingness to take care of patients in the manner that he did saved so many lives.
I just can't thank him enough for starting this clinic and being a resource for people like me in the Milwaukee area, and devoting so much time, energy, and attention to COVID and long haul.
We all have to be better citizens to each other. We have to help each other figure out how to slow this stuff down as best we can. That happens with vaccinations and smart behavior. Be kind to people and listen to their stories and try and help them as best you can. I would just like to say thank you to TMJ4 and Scripps Howard for this nice award. It's quite the honor to receive it today. I also want to say thank you to a couple additional people, Dr. Golden specifically as my former medical director, and who always had a good ear and was willing to listen to my ideas on this topic. I also wanted to say thank you to all the team of medical professionals in my office here. Without their support, we wouldn't get it done.
Such an inspiring physician. Dr. O'Toole is donating his prize money to the Milwaukee Rescue Mission to provide food, shelter, and care to the homeless. His groundbreaking research continues to be an asset to our community. Up next, DJ Shauna of the Milwaukee Bucks on giving back to her hometown.
I want to make people happy. And it doesn't matter who you are. I want to bring some joy and some happiness and some bounce to your life and make happy, fun music that also you're like, yeah, these lyrics are good.
The heartwarming way she's honoring a late family member, plus a preview of her first original song.
We got a reason to believe. I'll remind you of your purpose.
Every year we recognize a person who's already in the spotlight with our Beacon Award. This year's winner is a familiar face in Milwaukee who's getting worldwide attention after a certain NBA team's championship season. But the Milwaukee Bucks DJ Shauna Nichols is using her fame to honor loved ones, those in need, and the community she loves most.
I feel like there's all these pieces of so many people that have influenced me, impacted me, and believed in me. I hope that the light that I put out into the world does inspire somebody, that it moves you, because I don't feel that it's just one single light. I feel it's everybody. We have the opportunity every single day, everybody we come into contact with, to hopefully make their day a little bit better, but I definitely don't want to make your day worse. Like, that would be terrible. I'm a local kid. I went to Pius High School. We won 3 state championships while I was there. I was fortunate enough to receive a scholarship from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and I'm a proud Badger. I played basketball with a lot of love and joy, and that's how I DJ. It's cool to sort of been given this gift to be able to be myself, do something that I love, and maybe inspire somebody else, whether they see something in me or they're in a space and they don't see somebody like me and they want to have somebody like me included. And hopefully it's making room at the table for more people. The book is called The Adventures of Bob in Downtown Milwaukee. And Bob was our family dog, and Bob's a girl. Bob was my mom's dog, so my mom is Beth Weirick, and she was married to another, I think, Milwaukee icon, Joe Weirick. And this man was a part of my world for about 10 or 11 years until cancer kind of came and took him unexpectedly. Yeah, we wrote a book about Bob through downtown Milwaukee. It's a kid's book. It's just kind of my way of keeping Joe's legacy live on. And then all the proceeds actually go to a nonprofit in Milwaukee called Key to Change to help our chronically homeless families and individuals. Dare to Be actually started in undergrad, and those 3 words were in a sentence in the research that I was reading, and it just popped out. I left it open-ended on purpose. There's some days where I dare to be like peaceful, dare to be mindful, dare to be quiet, and then there's other days, dare to be proud, dare to be loud, dare to be energetic, dare to be brave, dare to be bold. The goal is to inspire you to be your absolute best self in this very moment. I have a podcast, and I have a kid's book, and I do motivational speaking and a clothing line, and so like all of that stuff sort of falls under Dare to Be. This is a DJ Shauna exclusive. It's called I Won't Give Up by DJ Shauna featuring Tanner Howe.
I won't give up on you. I see the pain you've been through.
I want to make people happy, and it doesn't matter who you are. I want to bring some joy and some happiness and some bounce to your life and make happy, like fun music that also you're like, yeah, these lyrics are good. I think it's going to make a difference in some people's lives. The common theme amongst it all is really love. And like, I know with all of me that I'm different from all the other DJs out there because of my experiences, because of who I am, because of what I look like, because of how I identify as a gay woman. I'm a female athlete. Like, all of these things have created me to be in that moment, and I sound different. And I think maybe that's what people are like, it's working. We all can see ourselves in other people, and that's the goal. It's like, chase your dreams, and if you're already achieved your dreams, like, look around, who else can you like throw a hand down to? And it doesn't take much.
I won't give up on you.
This is really cool. Wow. I've gotten to hold quite a few trophies this year, and this is a huge honor. Thank you, TMJ4. The list of people to individually thank is way too long, but I do think that my people know how grateful I am, and I hope that when my light shines, you feel your light shining through me to positively impact our city of Milwaukee that I love so dearly and am so grateful to call home. Milwaukee, I love you.
And Milwaukee loves you too. DJ Shauna's $1,000 winnings go to Milwaukee Downtown, Inc. Its goal, create a thriving, inviting downtown neighborhood for all to enjoy. Our thanks to DJ Shauna, and of course, go Bucks. Up next, which one of our 8 amazing winners will be named our Inspiration of the Year? Every Every year, one of our winners is awarded our Inspiration of the Year. To join me for this special award, please welcome Marianne Scafidi from the Heiser Automotive Group. Marianne, thanks for being with us again.
Nice to see you. Heiser Automotive Group is so proud to celebrate the good in our community. And this year's winners have all done such an amazing job at making Milwaukee a better place. And now, the Heiser Automotive Inspiration of the Year Award winner is...
The suspense is mounting. I love this part.
Sister McCannon Brown.
Oh, well, congratulations, sister. We're so happy for you. Please say a few words.
We are just overwhelmed with happiness to receive this award. The community, the family of the McCannon Brown Homeless Sanctuary, thank you to WTMJ4, all of your team, Carole Meekins. We love Carole. We appreciate you for choosing us, and we are happy that you really stand with us in this message to be a we, that what Milwaukee will be all about more and more, and partly because of you, more of a we, more of not us and them, not I, not any of that, but that we are all connected. Thank you so much.
That was so beautiful, sister.
It really was. And as our Inspiration of the Year, you have won another $4,000. And that's wonderful because that's a total of $5,000 to donate to your homeless sanctuary. And this really is an award that is well deserved. And we know, sister, you will use this to continue the amazing work you do for our community. Thank you for joining us for this special tribute to our area's unsung heroes. And a special thank you to Heiser Automotive Group and the beautiful Bradley Symphony Center. We hope you'll be inspired next year to nominate someone in your life who is positively Milwaukee.
I won't give up.